Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a conda environment using Anaconda Navigator and then use that environment in your PyCharm project. So you probably already have downloaded Python, some version of Python, and you probably downloaded Anaconda as well. If you didn't, you can go to Anaconda webpage, find the download that you can use, and you're gonna have Anaconda Navigator already installed on your PC or Mac or whatever you use. So to open the actual navigator, you're gonna go here, search bar, and you're gonna search for Anaconda Navigator. Press that, and this window is gonna open up for you. So from here to actually create the environment, you go to the Environments tab. As you can see, I've got a bunch of different environments here, and to create a new one, I can press this plus button down here. So I press Create. I create a new environment named, I don't know, Tutorial. You can choose the Python version you want to use, or maybe even if you're working with R, something else. And then press Create. It's going to take a bit to create the actual environment. Alright, so when it's done, you've got a bunch of different packages here. Those are installed. When you open up this pop-down menu, there's a few options you can check. To download new packages, just press All. And for example, I can find a ton of new packages here. So for example, if I wanted to use NumPy in my projects, I would just type NumPy, and there it is. I check NumPy, press apply, and I should press apply again, and then it downloads. I'm going to press cancel for now, and going to show you something about that later. So to actually open PyCharm from Navigator, you go back to Home. You've got a bunch of different applications here that you can use, and they're gonna open in the environment that you just created. So applications for the tutorial environment that I just created. So let's launch PyCharm. From there, I will create a new project. Pure Python, name tutorial, for example. From here, I would choose the project interpreter. So I can use new environment. I can create one, which means I could create one from the actual PyCharm application, or I can use an existing interpreter that I made already in Anaconda. So I've got a few ones that I used before here, but if I wanted to use the one that I just created, I would go here, browse my folders, and from the interpreter, I would choose a conda environment. Again, 3 dots here. Go to, what's that? C users, my name, your name actually, and conda environments. Find the one that you just created, which is tutorial. Select python.exe. OK. You can check this mark if you want to make this available for all projects from here on. I press OK. create. It's gonna make the project. So now I have in the conda environment that I just created. So for example, let's make a new Python file. I don't know, maybe tutorial name or something, doesn't matter. And from here you can basically just write your program, app, or whatever you're doing. So for example, you can check this if I want to import NumPy. You can see that NumPy is no module named NumPy, so I don't have a module installed for this environment. So I would go back to here, back to environments. I have selected NumPy, and I will apply it. I will download it now for this environment. It can take a bit depending on the size of the actual package. Should be downloaded now. You can check that in the installed section from the pop-up menu. Okay, so I got it. Yeah, and should be here. There it is. And when I go back to PyCharm, it takes a bit to recognize the new modules installed. And here we go. It's just an unused import statement, but it recognizes NumPy as an installed module. And from there, you can go on and work on your project. So if for some reason you wanted to switch to, if you already started a project and you want to switch to some other environment, you can go to Settings, File Settings, Project Tutorial, Project Interpreter, and from here you can press on this this button here, press Add, and you can create. Okay, this is for virtual env, but for conda environments, you can either make a new environment, as I mentioned, in PyCharm, or use an existing environment, something you previously made in Anaconda Navigator or whatever. The idea is same. You find the environment folder, choose python.exe, and it's gonna work in the new environment that you chose. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. It's not that difficult, and yeah, that's it, guys.